Okay, I'm just gonna say it right here. Leedy requested me to do a commentary on Meta, and this would have been out sooner. But
Let me start this by explaining why I'm here. Basically, we ripped this video for the hell of it, then from sort of a duality I found in the gripes we came up with, I proposed we co-op the video and get this together. So here I am, and I picked the Troll King over Anubis at Nasus, because I stopped giving a shit. Alright, let's go.
Hello everyone, Meta527 here, and I am bringing you another commentary. Yeah, it's been a while since I made my last commentary, because I couldn't find a lot of available commentary material, because according to these morons' logic, you cannot commentate a video that's already been commentated on.
if you're gonna call the commentary community a bunch of morons, don't act like one yourself and don't listen to us. Yeah, it's preferable if you go after something different, but it's not a rule. The most we ask is to not repeat someone else's points verbatim. If you're listening to someone who tells you that you can't commentate on the same video as someone else, well then you probably shouldn't be listening to that person in the first place.
And this point of metas is, in a sense, moot, because although bandwagons can get out of hand or attract some crap takes on the source, they can still have an advantage of good commentators bringing some variety to what they say in the grand scheme of things. I suppose the problem is that people get the idea that this doesn't apply much because the worst commentators don't bring as much variety as possible. Also, of all people, Meta's gonna call commentators morons? Really?
Remember 2 years ago when I did my commentary on Wave 3436?
Oh, you mean the commentary where you tried to suck Rashutsu's non-existent dick by trying to defend her co-op commentary? Yeah, I wish I didn't.
Commentary on Dr. C4 Perez, who made a list of top 10 things he hates about Pokemon. I'm pretty sure most of you know that I am a die-hard Pokemon fan, but
This will be coming up later, so remember it.
So I'll stop rambling and start the show.
Because it's since the top 10 in range, it's time for an avatar change. Sorry about that. But yeah, this will be my avatar for top 10s. Blah blah blah. Let's go.
Now, this may just be me, but I kind of like Wave's intro here. It's short, to the point, and not painfully unfunny. Plus, it took Wave 10 seconds to do what Meta did in 40. In other words, suck it!
And evasiveness stats always stay the same. They're always the same for every Pokemon. And the way I feel, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, if you ask me, evasiveness should be based on the Pokemon's speed. Accuracy should, in fact, be trained along with all the other stats that get boosted when a Pokemon levels up.
You do realize that if they were to do that now, moves like Sand Attack and Double Team would be labeled useless because they're there for a reason.
I can understand the whole double team thing because it would make no sense if double team would increase speed rather than evasiveness, but the thing is, he just said accuracy should be another stat along with all the other stats, so Sand Attack would have a use.
Double Team could still have a point. It could be used to lower accuracy, where the opponent has to choose on which one is the real thing. Maybe your opponent will be confused from this, where there's so many copies that if it hurts one of them, maybe it's not the real thing and it'll hurt itself instead. Maybe it creates so many copies because it's going that fast, so it could raise speed. If you still want to argue that it can only raise evasiveness, well, I'll get to that shortly.
They're following regular RPG rules. Evasiveness and accuracy are based on luck in the programming. Almost every RPG does that.
Except I don't recall that many RPGs doing that, and even if they do, a lot of the time it's temporary. True, it's possible to miss, but most other RPGs I play don't have the enemy spam moves to keep you from hitting them that often. I'm pretty sure mostly every Pokemon fan has had their moments where it's so frustrating every time their opponent spams moves like Double Team, Sand Attack, Smokescreen, Minimize, all those moves that frustrate you to no end.
You could always switch out, as it rids your Pokemon of all of its accuracy drops. You could use a move that hits regardless of accuracy, such as Swift or Aura Spear. Or you could use Double Team yourself, and force the opponent to be just as frustrated with you as you are with them. If Pokemon is anything, it's equal opportunity. Just so long as you're white.
Number 8, water types are not resistant to rock and ground type attacks. And I'd just like somebody to explain to me why. Do you know how hard it is to destroy a golem with Hydro Pump when it keeps using Rock Slide on your Gyarados?
You know, funny thing about that, You know what Golem's base speed is? 45. Want to know what Gyarados' base speed is? 81. So Gyarados will almost always get the first attack. Want to know what else? Ignoring the same type attack bonus because both Pokemon will get that, Golem will only give double damage with that Rock Slide, but it's still a Rock and Ground Pokemon, so it will take 4 times the damage from Hydro Pump. So if you're using a Gyarados against a Golem, then you still have the advantage. It depends on what level you are.
It's more than just level. What about the stats? What abilities do they have? What are their conditions? What generation is this? Is he completely vague on this? Yes, but the answer isn't as simple as, water's strong against rock.
Number 6, and this is a big one, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me on this one. Charizard, Gyarados, and Aerodactyl are not dragon types.
Well, I can agree Charizard and Gyarados should have been dragon types. Aerodactyl, no. Aerodactyl is based off the prehistoric dinosaur or flyer pterodactyl. It only has a couple of dragon features on it. So why would they make it a dragon type? That doesn't make any sense.
I completely agree, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but I feel this should be said. The reason he brought up the Charizard, Gyarados, and Aerodactyl thing, I think it's because he was talking about why Lance, a dragon-type Pokemon user, used them on his team in the Johto game.
Oh, so now you want to suck on Wave Stick? Okay, make even less reason to make a commentary.
And go back. Why would you need a spoiler alert in a commentary? Spoilers are what they are because they ruin a story by messing up the delivery and build-up in either fiction or some non-fiction stories. There's not even some big build-up to be had from a comedic standpoint or a riffing highlight later in the video, so I ask, what's even the point of a spoiler alert? It's a bit like putting in the spoiler that Eris dies in one game at the hands of Sephiroth.
Number 2 is trait evolutions. I want a Golem. I want a Machamp. I want an Alakazam. And most of all, I want a Gengar.
Even though you just said ghost Pokemon are useless?
Okay, context time. I actually skipped this guy's number 7, his complaints about the original Ghost Trio. However, he never called them useless, just the ghost type attacks they could learn. Even if they were useless, oh, we'll just get to that in a second.
Which are all very hard for me to obtain because I have no one to trade with.
Well, boo-hoo. We all want things in life and we can't always get...
Oh goody! The old, we can't always get what we want in life excuse. That excuse is so not something that people say when they're looking for something to point out.
Meta, Wave had a fucking point for once. Trading, like it or not, is literally one of the cornerstones upon which Pokemon was founded. To take away trading is basically to take away Pokemon's initial reason to exist. This is why we have version exclusives. This is why we have trade evolutions. This is why we have Pokemon. For being a die-hard fan, you should forget about this important piece of information. If there's any problem with Wave's point, is that he's hypocritical. Did anyone here see his top 5 games that he hates that everyone else loves? No? Well, I did. And one of the main reasons for Pokemon Stadium being number 1 was that he bought the game used and it didn't come with the expansion pack. Ignoring for a second that that's not really a strong argument to begin with, I really could go up to Wave and this guy and just go, oh boo-hoo, you can't get what you want all the freaking time. But Meta doesn't even bother to bring it up. He's all, haters shouldn't hate.
Honestly, what was the point of saying that? I respect you, and yeah, we can't always get stuff in life. But that's not an excuse, considering how Game Freak can easily change stuff like this.
Okay, why would Game Freak change the trade evolution mechanics and version exclusive Pokemon now? Not only would it make the trade element useless to catch 'em all and kick Game Freak's marketing for releasing 2 or 3 versions per generation right in the family jewels after it's proven to work in some regard, but once again, why change it now specifically? If anything, the inclusion of Wi-Fi makes trading Pokemon even less of a challenge thanks to knowing people over the internet that also play Pokemon. There are even less potential limitations for multiplayer elements in games like this. So what's really the damn problem here? If you don't even know people on the internet that play Pokemon, well, sucks for you, because these circumstances for Pokemon trading might be the best circumstances possible. That's all I can think to say. Sucks for you.
Besides, if they could easily change evolution methods, then it wouldn't be a problem for them to change Double Team's effect, whether or not we listen to this guy's ideas about accuracy and evasion. But wait, there's more. The only permanent change in evolution method was done to Feebas, because before Gen 5, it needed to have a high beauty stat, a stat that was made redundant when contests were removed. To make it possible, they gave Feebas a new evolution method, ironically via trading.
I don't really have a problem with trading Pokemon to evolve them. Well, not as much as I used to before I got a Game Link cable. But other people do.
Just another minute. Oh, okay here. Who wrote the script? Wait, me? Fuck!
For more than just playing with friends, because not a lot of games were using them. So, that's why it was there. But for your problem, may I recommend the Global Trade Station for Gen 4 and 5? Yeah, you may not be able to get what you want, but you could ask somebody online, like, could you please trade back the Graveler I sent once I send it to you?
Well, there are a certain type of people called trolls. Let's say you talk to someone and say, "Hello, I'd like to trade you my level 100 Graveler so I can evolve it." Then the troll says, "Okay, I'll trade you my level 1 Delibird for your Graveler." Then you agree and trade the Pokemon and Graveler evolves into Golem. Then you ask, "May I have my Golem back now?" And the troll says, "You've been trolled. I think I'll keep it. Thanks for the level 100 Golem. Have fun with your level 1 Delibird."
If you're dumb enough to trade away your level 100 Graveler for a level 1 Delibird, then quite frankly, you deserve to lose the Graveler. If it's because people are trolling, part of successful trolling requires the other person to act like a moron, and well, I can see you fitting those shoes. Side note, who here really wants a fucking Delibird? Do you really hear anyone pining for one? Do you really hear anyone wanting one for anything outside their Pokédex? No!
And honestly, this could hold testament as one of the reasons why this is generally poor commentary. Meta uses a hypothetical for an argument, with someone doing what no one would do or something born from stupidity that warrants the consequences you receive from it. This is not a good argument, because no one being intelligent about their trade evolution scheme would go to a random schmuck about this that could dick them over. I mean, what, is Meta gonna lose 34 brain cells in a proof of a hypothetical of a Wii U being overclocked in a console war argument before recording more shitty as fuck acapellas? Sorry, got off track there. That wasn't referencing Meta at all. It was someone else that's worse than Meta, just for the record. What was I talking about again?
A safer way would be to do what I do when I went to Gengar, Rhyperior, or whatever Pokemon I need. Make sure you have a separate Game Boy or DS.
I don't even need to hear the rest. Wanna know why? Because you said this not even a minute ago.
I don't really have a problem with trading Pokemon to evolve them. Well, not as much as I used to before I got a Game Link cable. But other people do.
Because, you know, everyone's gonna have both of the sister games and 2 systems to trade them with, right? Right? Right?
Jesus, for a guy that acknowledges that people are gonna have a harder time than him working out this trading thing, you really wouldn't expect him to say that, would you? I mean, that's especially impractical and expensive if you're playing a Pokemon game on one of the newer consoles, isn't it?
Overall, this list wasn't too bad. I mean, there were some points where I wanted to comment on, but I couldn't because I'd either be repeating myself or I just didn't have anything to say. But it wasn't that bad. You brought up some legitimate points, and the points I didn't cover I either agreed with or, like I said, didn't want to repeat.
Well, here's something that I would like to bring up. I saw the original video, and he said he didn't like how Magikarp couldn't learn any real moves until level 15 when it learns Tackle. Well, Magikarp is kind of supposed to be the joke Pokemon. That's something you could have pointed out.
Because it's not like Magikarp is actually based off of a Japanese legend where carps had to splash their way up a waterfall, basically overcome incredible obstacles in order to reach the Dragon Gate and become dragons themselves. Nope, Magikarp's just a joke character. Pfft, next thing you're gonna tell me is that Mirror Bee's theme is not overrated.
The moral of this is, don't fuck with Magikarp.
And I'll end the video there. Truth be told, Wave's commentary was not that impressive, but for what it's worth, it's not a terrible commentary. Meta's, conversely, sucked incredibly hard. For someone so eager to take a jab at the commentary community, you sure did fall into a lot of the pit traps that bad commentators fall into. You stopped the video to agree with Wave. You went a really long time without saying anything, with it not contributing to the video at all. Your arguments rely on really improbable situations, and the list goes on. I'm done here. Quiz, state your final thoughts.
So, thoughts. Well, it's safe to say that if the comm you're covering succeeds you in entertainment value and validity to others, then you probably haven't succeeded ultimately in making an entertaining comm. I mean, from TP's standpoint, where he more so sees reasons why the points were valid, and mine, where it's more so about his comm as a video objectively, I wouldn't say this video holds up well. And the insulting part of this certainly is not being lacking, no. But just the diss to other commentators at the beginning. Now, he could have very well not intended for that to be serious, but if you have a hard time telling that he didn't mean that, then that's probably a problem here, isn't it? It's like that one line from the Joker. If you have to explain a joke, there is no joke. And if you have to say you were joking, then where's the intended humor in that for everyone else? Suppose that's all I got, and I'll end my stuff with this clip here.